So there was a stark difference in my opinion. And granted, it's an all-star game, so I'm not trying to blow it up to be anything
Sure.
bigger than it was. But there did seem to be a level of freedom that Cade got to play with in this all-star game and with some of the teammates that he had that just seems that's very different than what the Pistons have. And the clear outlier of that, the clear example of that is what he had in Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley, third overall pick in the draft, I believe he's like 6'11". He's a do-it-all big man, right? He can shoot the
Right.
three, he can face up, he can cut to the basket, he's athletic. And you saw a lot of like pick and roll between him and Cade, and it was eye-opening where it was just like, yo, like you
Right.
get Cade a guy like this, which
Yeah.
they may have that in Marvin Bagley III, who they just traded for. If those two guys can get that
And
level of chemistry,
there we go.
Cade is going to be very special. Like he already is very special. He has all the things that you want
But he
in
can
a
realize
future
his
all-star.
potential sooner, and I think then you build his confidence, you get him going younger, instead of having, a couple tough years, I
Yeah.
don't care who you are or how mentally tough you are, it still will wear on you.
Yeah, losing wears on anybody. And you can just see that like the type of talent that Cade needs around him. In my opinion, we've talked about this before. Cade, in my opinion, right now, the only player that he can really count on to probably go to war with every single game is Sadiq.
Right.
Sadiq was the other player that played in these games, and Sadiq shined. Like, Sadiq has a grown man game about him where you're just like, dude, like, this kid needs to get the ball more. This kid needs more shot opportunities. This guy needs plays drawn up for him because, in my opinion, Cade and Sadiq are all stars in the making. They are. They are.
That's
Sadiq
great to
reminds me
hear.
so much of Chris Middleton. In my opinion, he will be the perfect Robin to Cade's Batman. Like in my opinion, he is the perfect Robin to that. And so, but you need to be able to scheme them up, and you need to be able to build an offense where they can excel at that. So yeah, it was really cool to see Cade kind of get some shine because he's on the second worst team in the league. And I think he's oftentimes forgotten because they are so bad.
Right.
Evan Mobley is getting a ton of shine because they're the third best team in the East. So there's a stark difference in the amount of attention they're getting. But Cade has played really well. He was able to get the MVP. I was a little shocked that he got MVP, not because he played bad. It was just because of the tournament format. It was kind of hard to keep track of like his points and all of his statistics, from game to game. He had a really good first game. I believe that was the game that he got like 13 points. He finished with
Right.
18, so he only scored like 5 in the second game, but he made plays, right? He did a lot of the things that showed a lot of the skill set of why he got drafted number 1 overall. He can pass, he can rebound, he can defend. He did it all, and so it was cool to see him kind of get recognized for having a complete game.
Awesome to see because it's been no, we haven't seen a ton, like you said, because of the Pistons. They're not that good, and we're questioning coaching a little bit, and there's a lot. I mean, it's a rebuild. So, but to see that in Cade and really to appreciate that and really, like I said, to finally see, oh, there he is. There's the number one
Yeah.
pick, right? I guess the best way to put it is, there he is.
Well, yeah, I think for everybody else who's not getting to watch Piston games, and you're just like, hey, what the heck has the number 1 pick of the draft been doing? Because the number 3 pick is
Right,
about to go to the playoffs, right?
right,
Um, so it's fair to wonder, right? Like what is the number 1 pick doing, and what is the number 2 doing, and so on and so forth. And yeah, Cade stepped on the scene and showed like, no, 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 I can ball. Like it's just the Pistons are in a really tough situation with their rebuild. Um, and this upcoming draft and what they do in the offseason is really going to have a huge impact, like you were saying, on Cade's development, right?
right.
Like it's okay if you have a season like this once, fine. But if you start having seasons like this, like if you become the Sacramento Kings,
Right.
this is not going to be good for Cade's mental
Right.
at all.